Hello world, it's Sammy Kings again, and in today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to do your debugging 3 project. See you right after the intro. Alright, thank you. Alright guys, welcome back. Um Currently I have two windows on. Okay, so on one window, which is this particular one, I'm going to be doing I'm just going to be checking out the files and processes, and on this window I'm going to be doing my call. Okay, so first let me navigate to that particular window and just check if I have Apache running. That's the very first debugging you want to do, is to check if your web server is actually running. So I'm just going to go for Apache 2. Alright, so I can see that Apache 2 is running, and I think it's two process. So let me just kill one, and the process ID is this one. Let me kill this one, this particular one. Okay, so just going to say one. Okay, then if I rerun this again, I should see just process ID 1000. Okay, so it's actually Apache is actually running. You could still verify this from doing your service Apache 2 and status. Sorry, I didn't spell that correctly. And you can see Apache 2 is running. So I'm going to go to the next window and try and do call localhost. Okay, nothing. Let's try and grab for the header. Grab for the header. Okay, I'm having 500 error internal server. Okay. Okay, still on this current window, or let me navigate to the next window and just kind of open the Apache directory, and I'm actually looking for sites available. Then I think the default, I want to actually open it and see. Okay, so I have this. I'm just going to scroll down. Okay, so the document root is var.html. So I'm going to go to this next tab and check if I have dub. Okay, so I have dub. Check again if I have HTML. Okay, yeah, I do have HTML. So this particular part is cool. Alright, so the error log is the Apache log directory /error log. Okay, so that is actually this same directory. However, instead of dub, it is log. So let's see. So see, I have Apache 2 there. So and then I have error log. So if you look closely here, this is error log, and this is error log. So this particular um guy here, if we can remember from our shell expansion, it's what expanded to be this particular directory. That's why it's actually saying Apache log directory. Okay, all right, so let's proceed, and we're actually debugging. So, and I think that's all. So everything right here is actually looking good my left from my left tab here, from my left window here. So let me navigate to my right window and open the error log. So let's see, let me open the error log. Okay, so it says configured resuming normal operations. Okay, all right, so I could see something here. It's saying shutting down here. Okay, and I can also see the same thing here. Okay, today's date is actually 5. Okay, so I'm concerned with this part here. I can see here is shutting down. All right, so there's something that is actually making this to shut down. All right, so Pete, and this is the process 942. Process 942. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So what's just going to happen, since I'm not really having or let's see if okay, what I will just do now is to actually run strace on my curl, so I could actually have like a good knowledge of what is actually happening here. So on this window, I'm going to do call localhost. Then on the left window, I'm just close this and let me run an strace. But first things first, let's see. Okay, so I'm just going to run an strace. Then I want to save this to an output. Let me call this Apache. Then I want to attach it to a process, and this is the process I want to attach it to. So 1001. Okay, and so yeah, it's attached to it. So I'm going to come to my right tab now. Before I run if I'm going to look at this, I have Apache. Okay, you see I have the file here, so let me just run call localhost. Let me just run call localhost. Okay, then let me open the Apache file. Okay, all right. Wow, so I have a bunch of things being displayed here. Well, if you're new to the channel, do subscribe. If you are returning, welcome back. Okay, let's see. First things first, I'm just going to check for things out of that is abnormal. So from this very first here, I can see this is a system call, a read system call. Okay, no such file directory. This is this starts from our shell, simple shell facts. We should have a good knowledge about this stats. So index.html not found. Okay, yeah, that's actually true because this is actually a um WordPress application. So by default, index.html is not normally there. So that part is okay. Okay. I could actually come down also and try and verify this. So let me just go to the other tab, close this, and then let's just check for this directories, this HTML. Okay, so you could see the reason why from this very first one here. You can see the reason why it's actually saying no such file directory. That's from here index.html, because what we have here is index.php, not index.html. So this all this part here is actually cool, and it's not enough for it to go for it to bring down our server. Okay, now if you look at when the starts system call was actually made to index.php, now you can see it actually returned with the size of the file, because index.php is actually located here. So what is actually happening from this point down to this particular part here, is it actually going to go to this guy here, and is it actually going to uh patch it to sites available? Is it actually going to our document routes and then checking out? So up until this, from this particular point to this particular point here, Apache was running successfully. So back to this, my right hand tab again. So let's continue. Change direction. Wow, I think wow, this is just 10% of the content of this file. Well, I have therefore means that there are many things. So I think for there to be error, it's going to be found at the bottom, because all this like the way I see this, that it's actually going to process it line by line, and where it hits an error is just going to stop there. So I think I'm actually concerned about the bottom part of it. So I'm just going to do page down. Okay, all right. So let me just start from this right statement here, and then let's go. All right. So read access. Okay, no such file or directory. It didn't generated an error. Okay. Else that's okay. So from this second else start here, I could see something that is abnormal here, which is this guy here, phpp. I think the extension is wrong, because from this very first one here, I could see it was successful with an exit status of 0. So this one too also here, lion.php, it's actually the exit status is 0. So it's from this particular part we actually had no such file or directory. And okay, I can also see write ev. which is the 500 server error. That if I'm going to go back here and kind of do call header, then local hosts. All right, so you can see that this error actually matches. So it's actually starting from here, from this particular part. Okay, so I think let me just go to a line before this, which is this stats. It actually WP includes lion.php. Okay, so I think still on my left tab here, going to clear it and then go to that particular position, and I think I have WP include. Yes. So what I'm actually interested in is lion.php. So we can actually see even from there that all extensions are actually PHP, not PHPP. So I think that's the extension is actually what is actually causing us to have this error, because just looking at all extensions that you could see it's actually ending with PHP. You see it's actually ending with PHP, not PHPP. Yup. So let's okay. Alright. Let me just repeat this again. Instead, let me try and grep for this. Let me try and grep for this. Instead. So, just going to be doing this, and then first let me clear my screen. So and then do ls www html wp includes, then just going to grep for class, sorry, it's double s wp local. Then just do this. Okay, so you see that I actually have class wp local dot php, but what is actually returning here is phpp. Okay, so all right, so how can we fix this? All right, I think we'll have to open let's open the WordPress. Let's just open the WordPress directory. Okay, so let's see possible directories that we can check for this. I think settings, WordPress settings, because this is for the WordPress mail. Yeah. Okay. Although, however, up until this point, I would really like to point out the fact that I have some basic understanding about WordPress. So this particular PHP file is actually talking about the WP login for users. This is for the admin section. This is when you're activating. This is the activation file. The activation PHP file for WP. That's if you actually manually installing WordPress for the very first time, those installation process that WordPress actually gives is actually coming from this file activate. This WP content actually holds all your files, your themes, plugins. Okay, WP config actually holds configurations for it. So two place files my mind is actually telling me to check is either the WP config or WP settings.php. And before the, I think I'll have to be looking out for this particular or any file with this saying something about lion or L1 L10N, something like that. Let me check. Let me just open the WP config file first, and then let's see if anything is related to HTML WP config. Okay. Okay. So this is the database name WordPress. So I'm just going to point looking out for table prefix. Okay, that's also it's, it's not going to be on this. I have to check WP settings. Okay. So I'm just going to go down gently and let's see. WordPress calculator offsets. Don't register globals of. Okay. Debug mode. So I think this guy, no. So let's just continue. Load early WordPress files. Okay, so I think I am actually concerned with this particular part. Alright, functions.php. So on here, I think what I should now be looking for is the part that actually says class WP local. So class WP error. Oopsie. Well, let's still continue and see if we have something. Okay. Okay, all right. So I think this is where, all right, finally, this is it. This is it on line 138. So this is it. So I for inserting mode, instead of PHPP, I'm just going to change to PHP, and then I'll save and exit. Because if you actually look at, this is actually what is on that this WP includes, not PHPP. Now if I really want to, I am thinking, since that particular line we just edited is actually looking for a file .phpp, we can actually come in here and change the extension to .phpp and it will still work. But let's just change that to PHP because it's still the same thing, just depending on the approach you want to go. So now let me do a curl localhost Now let's see. Wow. Okay, so we finally fixed the issue and it's back, because I hope you noticed before time that it was actually showing 500. Now it should be 200, which is okay. So we've actually been able to fix the issue. All right, thank you guys for watching. If you are new to the channel, do subscribe, give a like, drop in a comment, also share out this video, and if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. Thank you very much. Do have a wonderful day.